Hello and good morning. This is Azwad and welcome to CNBC News. We have some interesting news for you tonight. Guess what? The price of Bitcoin has dipped one more time. So what are you waiting for? If you want to be an overnight sensation, then this is the time to buy. And you are like, oh my God, this is the time I'm going to buy every single Bitcoin that I can. So you take all your savings, you put on the hype train, and you walk away. Hold on a minute. The price of Bitcoin started to go lower and lower and lower. And you're like, oh my God, what have I done? Contest chair and fellow Toastmasters. How many times in our life do we make such decisions? We are always making every single important decisions of our lives by taking advice from someone else. But have we asked ourselves, is it the right advice? We're always worried. We're worried about what others gonna say about us, what others gonna see about us, what others gonna sense about us. We're always letting others' judgment dictate how are we supposed to live our life. But in the process, all our hopes and dreams and inspirations go down on the dust. But I don't understand why. Why do we do that? I remember when I started my university life, one night suddenly I get a knock on the door. Oh my God, it's 11 o'clock. Who's there? Yes. And I realized those were my seniors. They came to meet me for the first time. And we had a wonderful conversations. We were talking about life, about study, about career. And suddenly I asked a very interesting question. I asked to one of my seniors, brother, how can I get a first class, like a 3.7 out of 4? And everything went downhill right then. They looked at me, they're like, you, huh? A guy from Bangladesh who can't even speak English properly, a guy who gets a 3 out of 10 on a simple quiz. You want to get a first class? Either you're crazy or you're a fool. That really broke my heart. And I didn't know what to say to them anymore. But suddenly I realized what my father always says. My father says, son, you just try your best. Whatever happens, we're completely okay with it. Do you know why? Why? Well, because you are more than just a number. And as I remembered that, I got a smile on my face and I was like, yeah, it's all right. It's all right what people's gonna say. I'm just gonna try my best. Whatever happens, happens. Well, what happened next is very interesting. And it reminds me of the movie Forrest Gump. In that movie, there's a scene where Forrest Gump sits on a bench and he says, life is like a box full of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get. Similarly, after 4 years of work, I tried to figure out what does my life hold. And I didn't get that first class at 3.7, but I got a 3.9 out of 4. I opened the box of life. I saw I got the Dean's Award. And at the same time, I saw I got the Chancellor's Award for being the best student in the entire university after 4 years of study. Now, you might be wondering, why am I even telling you all this? Well, the truth is, if I listened to all my naysayers who said, you can't do it, if I listened to all the negative remarks, I would not be where I am today. Similarly, in life, whenever you try to do something interesting, there will always be someone, maybe your parents, your friends, or your relatives, who will be like, come on, John, you want to be an engineer? Be realistic. Or, Jessica, come on, I've known you for a long while. You are not a business material. You can't be going for business. Just get a good job, a steady paycheck, and have a good life. And at that very moment, the question remains, who do you want to be? Do you want to be the person who takes the way of life and try to figure out the meaning of what their precious life holds? Or do you just want to let it go? The question remains to you. If you think about Elon Musk, he had the similar situation, but what did he do? He said, even though everyone said, come on, man, you failed your rocket twice. You cannot put a rocket up in the sky. He said, you know what? I'm going to take my box full of life. I'm going to hold it close to my heart, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to find out what it holds. Because I want to know what I can reach. And guess what? SpaceX today is one of the greatest companies the world has seen. Similarly, ask yourself, what are you holding back? What are you not doing because the person next to you said you cannot do? Don't take this talk today as just a talk and then you forget about it. Think it as a lesson. What can we do? How can we take that dream of ours, even if we have a little bit of possibilities, how can we take it and make it a reality? Because if we don't, who will? And if we don't do it now, then when? Ladies and gentlemen, let us be less judgmental and let us be more. Let us be more than just a number.